On today's episode of How Many Tries Will It Take Me to Finish This Voiceover, I am going to be doing a autumn set. I am using my Red Iguana practice hand. I do have it in the shade Liza. It is the half hand non-posable in their original version. I am using this today for a couple of reasons. One, I don't feel like I've really been enjoying doing nails on myself lately, and I really just want to stay consistent with my content. And since I don't really love doing them on myself, I hope that doing practice hand sets intermittently will really just help me keep my content flowing, as well as I want to learn how to do nails on other people. And I feel like with the way that I do nails on myself, the angles and application tend to be different than when I try doing it on other people. So I hope that this will help me get some more practice. The other thing is, again, with my content and wanting to be consistent, doing practice hand sets will help me because if you already know, I do have a quote unquote day job, and I don't always have the time to sit and do my own nails and film them during the week. So this will help me because I don't have to sit and do an entire nail set all in one go. I can just do like different steps at different times so that it'll help me keep my content going, but not have to worry about like kind of being in the middle of a step and having nails break, or worrying about ruining the design before I'm able to finish the video. So this is, I'm hoping, going to be a kind of tool for me to just keep my content flowing, keep my inspiration up, and just try to help me overall in my nail journey. So just bear with me as I learn on how to use the practice hand and also on how to film with it. So just bear with me on that. But for now, I am going to be just starting off doing a short almond set. I did already apply my tips. I don't actually remember which tips these are. I think these are just some random like Amazon or like nail company wholesale tips that I got when I originally got the practice hand, that I just kind of cut and shaped into almond tips. So I did kind of do that off camera. I will show you that in future videos, but for now I already have that set up. Then I'm going in with the Modelones Acrylics. These are a little bit different. They don't apply like traditional acrylics in my opinion. They almost have like a fluffy consistency, and they don't really flow so much. It's really hard to describe them. They actually kind of remind me, although I've never tried this brand, of an acrylics. They just kind of look similar in how they apply. So if you've tried those, I know that's a very popular brand. You may like the consistency of these, but I don't personally like these for my own nails when I do apply them on myself. But I have a bunch of different colors from when I first started doing acrylic, and I want to be able to get some use out of them. I don't want them just sitting in my collection. So I did pick a couple colors. They don't have names on them. They just came in sets. If I can find numbers or anything for them, I will link them down below, but they're just a kind of foresty, muted green and a very mustardy yellow, and I am doing a full cover nail of the green on all of the nails except for the ring finger, and then I am taking that mustard color and I am applying that to the ring finger. I am trying to keep the application of the colors very thin, for multiple reasons. One, when you're using colored acrylic, you do want to keep it thin because you do have to encapsulate the color in clear just to help with filing. Although if you're using colors like this that are just kind of flat opaque colors, you can just file straight over top of them. I like to be in the habit of doing an encapsulation with some clear, because you will have colored acrylics that have glitters or sparkles or confettis or just random things in it that when you file over top will kind of mess it up. So just being in the habit of encapsulating your colored acrylic is just going to be, in my opinion, better than having to worry about remembering to do it for some and not others. But so that's how I'm doing it today. The other reason that I want to keep it thin is because this is a practice hand set. I don't really need to have a whole lot of strength on this set, and I want to save myself some time on filing, so I am trying to keep it as thin as possible, but I do use the clear to kind of build up a little bit of an apex so that I have the correct shape that I want of the nails. So I am just going ahead and applying this. One tip, if you're using acrylics that have this consistency, is try to use them very, very wet. Keep wiping taking off your brush as much as possible. That to me has been the best method for applying these. Otherwise, the acrylic just sticks to your brush too much and it ends up just being a globby, goopy mess. So try to use a little bit more monomer than you're used to, and that'll help these flow just a little bit better. Now I'm going in with my matte polish clear acrylic, and I am just encapsulating all of these nails. As you can see, the flow of this one is a lot different than the Modelones acrylic, so this is more of what I'm used to. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this over top of the nails. I did kind of notice that because there's no heat to this, the acrylic was a lot more runny than I'm used to for a lot longer of a period of time. So I did have to go in with more layers. That's not the end of the world. You can go ahead and just kind of drain your brush on the back of your towel, or you can wait a couple seconds before applying the bead to the nail, and that'll help it just set up a little bit faster so you don't have this problem. Or you can be like me and apply like a bajillion different layers, whatever works for you. But just so you know, if you are doing like practice hands or anything like that, the acrylic won't set up as fast because there's no body heat to help it cure faster. So I am just going to go ahead and apply the clear over top of all of these nails, just to build some apex, as well as to protect that colored acrylic when I file. Now that I have all that applied and filed, I am going to go ahead and use some gel paints. These are some liner gel paints that I got off of Amazon. If I was to redo this, honestly, I wouldn't use these. The gel liner paints from really any brand that you go for, they're good for some types of designs. Like if you're doing really thick line work or you're doing things like French designs that you don't need super crazy precision. You want some precision than using like a traditional gel polish brush, but you don't need it to be like very minuscule and super precise line work. These are good. If you want very, very precise and detailed line work, I actually recommend the gel paints that come in the little jars. You can find them in a lot of different brands. I have some from Valentino, I have some from Kiara Sky, and from Profiles Backstage. You can find them by a lot of brands, but those ones tend to be a lot thicker in viscosity, which means they don't move and bleed as much as these do. These are a lot thinner, and I felt like when I was trying to get the line work done, it was actually just kind of bleeding out, where it was making it look a lot thicker than what I wanted it to be, and it was really hard for me to get very precise lines. A lot of the lines that I was doing kind of looked jagged at first, and I ended up just having to make them a lot thicker than I wanted to just smooth it out and make them look straighter. So in my opinion, these are just not the best style of product for this type of design, but I did just try to make it work. So in areas like this where I was doing kind of like an outline, I did go in with my Young Nails micro detailer brush because it's a smaller brush. So even though, as you can see, it's still kind of bled out a bit, it wasn't getting as thick as when I was using the striping brush. So I did try to alter my technique and alter my application method to fit the product, but to make it easier on yourself, just use a thicker viscosity gel. It's just going to help you in the long run. So for this, like I said, I'm doing a plaid design. I really didn't have any rhyme or reason to how I was going about the line work. I just kind of went with what I thought looked best. So I applied the white and the green to start off, and then I started just kind of outlining essentially in the black and the gold. And as I was going through, you'll see I have like a little blue light that I use, and I basically just use that to flash cure each line. Once I had the lines kind of where I wanted them to be, I didn't want to mess them up, so I would go in with this just the flash cure, just so that I can go in with the next line and not have to worry about messing up my previous application. You can also use a traditional nail lamp and flash cure, but this was just easier for me to use while I was applying on the practice hand. I'm going to go ahead and do kind of a simple pumpkin design. I'm doing this by creating kind of an M shape on the bottom of the nail and just filling in the gap with that gold glitter gel paint. And once you have that, I go ahead and cure that or flash cure it so that it doesn't move. And I start with the outlining and detailing with the black gel paint. So I'm just going to outline the top of that shape with the black and kind of create like a little stem at the top. Again, I will flash cure once this is applied so that this doesn't move while I do the rest of the line work. For this, it's very simple. You basically just want to create kind of curved lines starting from where the stem is and just kind of going in opposite directions on each side of the pumpkin. That'll kind of give you the illusion that it is kind of a rounded shape. So I basically just did like 4 lines going down, like I said, on opposite directions, and that basically creates your little pumpkin design. I thought it was really, really cute, and using the gold as the base color for the pumpkin really just tied it in with the ring finger, so I was really happy with how that came out. And once that is done, I felt like it just wasn't enough design work and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to keep it simple. So what I did was just do 2 vertical lines going down the pointer and the pinky finger with that gold gel polish. I felt like, again, that just really tied it in with the rest of the set, but it didn't make it such an intricate design that it wasn't like beginner friendly. So I thought it was really cute how it came out, and yeah, so that's what I did on those last 2 fingers. Now I'm going to go in with my Gershion top gel and I'm going to apply this over top of all of the nails. It is a glossy top coat just to kind of seal in the design and add some like shine and sparkle to it. I am using in this video a lot of products that I don't really use on myself. They're not products that I haven't used on myself or that I don't think you could make work. They just tend to be products that I feel like you have to work with a little bit more, and they're not my favorite to use. So when I do this, I will try to tell you guys products that I prefer, you know, like other top gels like the Not Polished Glossy or the Young Nails Ultimate Finish that I prefer over these, but I don't think that these are the worst products that you can get, and these do tend to be a lot more affordable, so it's really just your preference on what products you use. Just kind of use this as a starting point, but that is pretty much it for this nail design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like the practice hand sets, just let me know down below so I know to do more of those for you. It was fun for me to do, and like I said, I do want to try to learn on how to do other people's nails, so this is going to just kind of be a good starting point for me. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful fall season. I hope you guys had a wonderful Halloween, and let's get started into some more fall and Christmas sets for the rest of the holiday season. So thank you guys for watching. Like this video if you did, comment below letting me know what you guys thought, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye everybody.